Hello and welcome back to The Give and Go. I'm your co-host Reynoso, here with my boy
Soltero. What's up, guys?
And I just want to say, if you guys are listening to us on Spotify, we now have a video podcast available to you guys if you haven't noticed that already.
Nice.
So please go ahead, rate us 5 stars on there if you could be so kind. And likewise on YouTube, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe and help support The Give and Go. Now, folks, I want to make a big announcement, especially for those listening to us right now through an audio platform perhaps. Soltero is not wearing the Argentina jersey. Yeah. The first shoot officially with a Gremio jersey.
Gremio jersey, a little South American football type of flavor. I'm free from my shackles, man. I'm free. I can now express myself.
Yes, sir.
And it feels amazing, yes, honestly.
Sir. Does Gremio, what role have they played in your life? Have you seen any Gremio football?
I was just about to say, fun fact, I've actually seen Gremio live in the Brazilian League, Serie A, Brasileirão Campeonato. To give it his full name, and I botched it probably. But yeah, it was like 2016, and I was in Recife. Sport Recife were hosting Gremio at the time that Miller Bolaños was there with Gremio. He had a short stint there, and it was a shootout. Sport ended up winning like 5-3, 5-2, something crazy like that. So it was really, really fun, and it was just my first Brazilian League game that I've actually ever seen in person. And maybe I'll see more. Maybe I actually go to Porto Alegre, catch a Gremio game. I don't know. I got the kit now, so why not, bro?
Yes, sir. Well, it's good to have you in something outside of that Argentina jersey, man. And someplace, somewhere, Augustine is punching a wall right now. Seeing us finally get rid of that Argentina stigma. But hey, you still plan on visiting sometime soon, right?
I've only half paid my debt. What remains is for me to actually visit the country of Argentina, get on my knees, and kiss the ground, kiss the soil. How I actually achieve that is still yet to be seen. I'm going to get there this year, though. I'm going to get there.
It'd be nice if you went on the 1-year anniversary of the World Cup victory.
That should be kind of dope.
I was thinking about that, man.
Argentina, if you went in December?
In December, go and be there and kiss the soil the exact day that marks the official 1-year anniversary of Lionel Messi lifting up the World Cup. So that's something to follow along in the give and go journey right now.
That's feasible, honestly.
I think it is.
And I bet at that time that I get there, there'll probably already be like Messi statues or some sort of like World Cup, like, I don't know, monument.
Yeah.
And so maybe I go there too, just pay homage.
Dude, I was seeing photos on Twitter of what Messi's hometown looks like right now. Like Rosario.
Okay. Yeah.
Rosario, like the murals they have up of him, the just like the kind of tributes that they've made for him. Because imagine just being the hometown of the greatest player of all time. Imagine just having that to brag about in your town, man. Whereas some towns have casinos, other ones have some really important sports teams. Right. Rosario has Lionel Messi as their fucking god.
Yeah.
And I would love to go there specifically to just see what is that vibe like? What's that energy like? Do I just become a slightly better player on the ball if I'm there? Do I just become
you get that energy?
Yeah. Do I have just a little slightly better vision when I'm in Rosario, bro? I really would love to see what the impact would be, but regardless, to see the people, to see how they talk about Messi himself, I'm sure they would speak about him as almost like this unreachable being, as this like superlative, as this incredible person that once walked through the same streets that they did. So that in itself would be an incredible trip.
That would be crazy. And you got me thinking that we're on the topic of Messi. Have you heard of those MLS rumors on how they're going to try to sway Messi over to the States?
Most I've heard is Inter Miami wanting to offer like some stake of ownership as part of his deal or contract. That's all I know.
So the latest update is what the MLS as a whole is going to try to do, allegedly, to get Lionel Messi, the best player of all time, especially in the modern era. What they're going to do is to pay his salary and to give him a convincing enough salary to even come here. Every team in the MLS is going to help pay.
Whoa.
Yep. And they're going to give Messi his choice on where to go.
The fuck?
Yeah. And the thing is, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about this like even a couple months before this. Yeah. I was talking to my barber because we were talking about Messi and those Inter Miami and those Inter Miami rumors. Shout out Noah, gives a great fade here in Austin, Texas, bro. But I was talking to him, and the thing is about Messi coming to the MLS just in general, bro, is that every single game that he goes on the road, every MLS home team is going to market it as Messi's coming.
Yeah.
And that's huge. So it actually kind of makes sense that the MLS is like, look, guys, we can bring Messi over to the States, just pay a little Leo tax, a little Messi tax. That's essentially what it would be.
La Pulga tax.
La Pulga. Exactly, La Pulga tax. It'll go down in history. One of the most controversial. But like, what's crazy about that is it does actually kind of make sense because like, people who wouldn't normally go to a game probably would end up paying good money to go see him play.
Absolutely.
And so at that point, everyone would benefit and get that money back probably by having a sellout crowd when they probably usually wouldn't.
Fuck. Dude.
Yeah. So it's actually a cool idea, and I do think it could work.
The impact. Yeah, it would be a little bit kind of like Ronaldo in Saudi Arabia, where like it just has an overall huge impact on the league itself and promoting it. But the MLS has a lot to benefit from having Messi as part of the United States footballing experience.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. I could see teams essentially bending the knee, be willing to do that because I feel like that's only a thing that the MLS could do because a European country or league will not. I don't know. They're too prideful to be able to do that, bro. You think France? You think Lille would be?
No, hell no.
They wouldn't, bro. Yeah. And they're fucking booing him right now over in France too, by the way, which is crazy. Yeah. But over here in the States, I could see it happening because the MLS of the level that they're at right now, the benefit that they would have hosting him here in the States, and Leo himself, man, just let him pick any fucking team. Here's a good question though: who do you think would be Messi's top 3 options in the U.S. if he could pick?
See, that's the thing. I was thinking about that too, and I feel like it would just come down to how a foreigner views the United States. So I bet you the only thing that's on his mind realistically would probably be one of these 3: Miami, New York City, or L.A. Like realistically. Like Texas could be cool because a lot of people speak Spanish, but like there's no way he's coming to Austin or Houston. Like he doesn't really hear that a lot, I bet, just in the stratosphere of USA talk.
Hey, Augustine's down here though.
He'd send him a letter every day. Hey, please come to Houston, bro. We got a good team. Hector Herrera's here. We got a good coach.
Yes, sir. No, LA's. I feel like LA or Miami. I don't know if I see Messi as a New York guy.
I don't, but I just feel like he's heard the term New York a lot. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
So I feel like he'd be like, maybe I should give it a look.
I just know that in Miami there's a strong Argentine contingent as well.
Oh yeah,
it's huge over there.
That's true.
The team itself, David Beckham as one of the shareholders of the team. I could kind of just see that star power that Inter Miami potentially has kind of influencing Messi to come down there. LAFC or LA Galaxy, though, also makes a lot of sense, though. Yeah. It really does. LA Galaxy has a former Messi teammate, Ricky Puig, playing for them right now. That's right. He was there during his last year in Barcelona, so maybe they can bring that partnership back together. Or if he goes to LAFC, then fuck it. He's one of the best MLS squads right now, and he's competing in Champions Leagues and in big tournaments. So I can see it. There's options here. But to kind of just keep this question going because it's fun, who do you think would be Messi's top 3 Liga MX squads if he was to come to Mexico? Kind of like a Ronaldinho type of situation.
Right. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
Which ones are more aligned to who Messi is?
I feel like it would have to be either Monterrey, Tigres, or America. I really do, just because of the pedigree and the history of the type of players that those 3 teams have gotten over the last, like, let's say 10 years in the modern era of football. Mm-hmm. They get those type of, let's just say, big name type of players. And since Messi's still playing at a really high level, I don't think Messi would be convinced to go like a Querétaro, right? Or to, like, even though Toluca and Pachuca are doing really, really well, they don't have that name in Liga MX like Tigres, Monterrey, and America have. Even though Pachuca and Toluca are better squads, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't see Messi going there. That's the only thing.
Okay, I hear you. Dude, I think he'd be great at Atlas. They have the similar jersey to Newell's Old Boys.
They do.
Right? So remind them of home, right? Atlas themselves there's enough pedigree there. Recent back-to-back champions. They got a good squad. He would really fit in well. I can just see him. For me, it's just the visual side. I can see him in that black and red jersey. I can't envision him in a Chivas jersey. I don't know why. I just can't. But I can also say a team like the Noble Folk of León. I could see him donning that Leon jersey.
He would win. He would win a tricampeón if he went to Leon, bro. It'd be that easy.
If he was
He's got a perfect team around him.
You know, the way that our franchise has ran itself for the past 10 years.
Dynamic offensively.
I could see it, man. I don't know if I could see him at like a Tigres or a Monterrey. America, maybe because the allure playing in Azteca, you know, knowing that one of the greatest of all time, Diego Maradona, rest in peace, won his World Cup in that Azteca. Maybe he just, goes back to just remind himself and play in that same pitch and just have a moment with that. Regardless, though, it'd be incredible to just see these things happen, because if Messi ends up coming to either the U.S. or Mexico, that in itself is going to be one of the craziest moves of all time.
Yeah.
And it'd just be great. It'd be a great time in our lives, because we'd have both the World Cup coming over here and the fucking GOAT.
Dude, that'd actually be insane.
Be great for the pod, bro.
I'd
be down. I'd pay the Messi fee.
We're thinking long game. No, that'd actually be insane though, because now you got me thinking. Like, imagine he goes to either the MLS or like Liga MX would be crazy. But let's say he goes to one of these, and there's like a CONCACAF Champions League road game in Guatemala.
Ooh.
The Central Americans would get to see Messi live, bro.
They would come the fuck out.
They'd come the fuck out.
And not just that, their home team would be playing against Messi's squad.
Oh my god, dude.
It'd be crazy. The power Messi has in his hand, the happiness he can give to so many people if he just leaves fucking PSG. This dry, rotten situation would be incredible, man.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of cool that I feel like the kind of similar thing is happening with Ronaldo right now too. I don't see him ending his career in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I can see him also coming to the U.S. and having a very similar impact as well. Will there be a Ronaldo tax? I don't know if he's. I don't know how it's gonna play out.
That's true.
But I could see him just being a really very, very similar type of situation. Being in the CONCACAF Champions League with LAFC, going to Costa Rica to face off against Alajuelense and like putting on a fucking show.
Yeah.
I think if Messi doesn't end up happening, we can still hold out hope for Cristiano.
Yeah, it's always just really interesting when it comes to like where Messi and Ronaldo will end their career, because as the best players of their generation, I could see it being a little difficult to leave the highest form of football in Europe. I could see that just being hard, because, like, why would they want, like, let me just spend my last 2 years in a very lower level league, whether it's in South America or in North America? Like, I could see that being kind of tough, because, for example, I think a somewhat similar situation would be Zlatan, right? Mm-hmm. He came to the MLS when his career in Europe was truly on a decline. He was getting injured all the time, and he just couldn't get into the starting 11 consistently because of those injuries. So he said, you know what? I'm going to try and basically just train my body, get used to this old age, and do it in the MLS. When he came, he was already pretty old, so I thought he was going to end his career in the MLS. He was in LA making playoffs. He was doing a lot of good things out on the pitch here in the league, and he was dominating, bro. He was absolutely dominating. But then after like a year and a half, he went back to Europe because he realized, he was like, look, I'm just too good for this. Let me go back to a place where I can be with my peers. And I could see Messi and Ronaldo kind of having that similar, like, at least mindset of if Messi goes to Argentina, if he goes to Liga MX or MLS, I just don't think he'd have as much fun out on the pitch doing what he loves most. And I could see that being a big factor is why Messi might just go back to Barcelona and end his career there and never play in South America or in North America in the latter stages of his career. And as you already said, I can easily see Ronaldo coming back to Europe and probably playing like in Portugal. Yeah. You know, just playing Champions League football and just ending his career at the highest level.
No, absolutely. That goes against the whole fantasy that I was trying to build in my mind, but it is the truth. It is the truth. And there's already been talks. Fabrizio Romano already reported that Messi's agent has been in conversations with Laporte from Barcelona, discussing if there's any sort of avenue for how Messi can end up back at his old club, man. The club that brought him up and gave him so much success and put him on this pedestal to thrive and succeed as a football player. I could very easily see him just going back to that and having the time of his life, hanging up his boots there, going out the same way that Xavi, Iniesta, that Busquets will probably go out as well, just being a lifelong culés, right? With this weird stint where he was in PSG for 2 fucking years. And Ronaldo, I wonder if Real Madrid would ever have him back as like a bench player or as like a assistant coach at this point or anything. Man. Like,
Right.
I would love to see him go back to La Liga and specifically Real Madrid to just see him wear that jersey again, man, because it's gotten weird these past few years for Ronaldo, man. It's gotten very, very weird. And he tried to go back to his early beginnings with Manchester United at the Premier League. And at the end of the day, I would say it didn't really work out.
Yeah.
So if he could either do Real Madrid or a team like Sporting, perhaps, in the Portuguese league, I'd be happy to see that as well. But if there's one avenue for them to be able to face off against each other and generate tons of money consistently, which we saw happen when they did the PSG versus Riyadh All-Stars friendly exhibition match. We saw a game that was both entertaining but also super captivating and money generating. And I wonder if they kind of know that in the back of their minds, like, hey, what if we both just went to a league where we would compete at a high level? We wouldn't have any doubt about us being the best players in that league, and we could go do it in, really nice U.S. cities around a ton of different diverse people with a lot of different backgrounds. Let's go put on a fucking show like fucking Elvis at Vegas, like fucking Copperfield in Vegas. They just do a residency in the MLS.
What it would be
as the two greatest players to face off, and they end their career like that.
Fuck, that sounds amazing. I wonder how realistic it actually could be.
Yeah.
Because that's tough. I don't know. I don't know at this point, but that sounded beautiful, man.